He was gunned down in front of a crowd, a young man accused of pulling the trigger, a nation demanding justice, and then something no one saw coming. Instead of anger, instead of vengeance, Erica Kirk, the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk, stood before thousands and said two words that left America stunned: "I forgive." At State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, thousands gathered in silence to honor the life of Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist whose voice and presence shaped political debate for millions. His sudden death earlier this month, shot while speaking at Utah Valley University, shocked not just his supporters, but an entire nation. The accused, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, is now behind bars, facing trial for a killing that many say cut short a voice that had become central to the American conservative movement. Most people, faced with such devastation, would demand justice in the harshest form. Many would call for punishment, even the death penalty. But Erica Kirk, standing before the mourners, chose a path very few could even imagine. With steady voice and breaking heart, she said she forgave the man accused of murdering her husband. She explained that it was not just her decision, it was her faith. She spoke of Christ, who forgave even in his final moments, and she said Charlie himself would have chosen the same. Charlie wanted to save young men, she said, even men like the one who took his life. Her words stunned the audience. Some cried, some nodded, and others sat in disbelief. Forgiveness is not natural in times like these. But Erica insisted that forgiveness does not erase pain, nor does it excuse the crime. It is an act of strength, a way to break the cycle of hate. She made clear that she did not want the death penalty for the accused. The government could make its choices, but hers would be forgiveness. Across social media, Erica's message spread like wildfire. Some praised her courage, saying she embodied the values she and Charlie both preached. Others admitted they could never find that kind of strength. Whether people agreed or not, one thing was undeniable. Her words forced America to pause and reflect. The memorial service wasn't only about forgiveness. It was about honoring Charlie Kirk's life, his work, and his impact. To some, he was a hero who gave voice to conservative values. To others, he was a controversial figure who sparked heated debates. But to Erica, he was far more: her husband, her partner, and the father of her child. Her forgiveness was not just about faith. It was about love, about keeping Charlie's spirit alive through grace. Yet the tone of the event shifted sharply when former President Donald Trump took the stage. His words stood in direct contrast to Erica's. Trump declared that he did not share Charlie's forgiving stance. He said, "I hate my opponents," making clear that in his view, politics was no place for mercy. His remarks drew applause from some, criticism from others, and reminded the country of the deep divide not only in politics, but in how we see justice itself. That moment raised difficult questions. What does justice really mean? Is it about punishment, or is it about healing? Can forgiveness coexist with accountability? Erica's choice did not free the accused from trial, nor did it change the reality of her loss, but it introduced a different kind of power into the conversation. The power to forgive when hate would be so much easier. As the memorial ended, images spread online of candlelight vigils, prayers, and tributes to Charlie Kirk. For many, Erica's words became the lasting image of the night. She turned grief into testimony, anger into grace, and tragedy into a message that challenged an entire nation. The story of Erica Kirk is not just about one woman's forgiveness. It's about the courage to choose love in the darkest of moments. It's about a reminder that strength is not always in fists or in laws. It can also be in the quiet, powerful act of forgiveness. And as people across America continue to debate, one thing is clear: Erica Kirk has given us a story that will not be forgotten. A story that forces us to ask ourselves, what would we choose if it were us? This is a moment that will echo long after the memorial candles fade. A moment where forgiveness, against all odds, stood taller than hate. If this story touched you, don't let it end here. Share it, keep the conversation alive, and remember to subscribe for more stories that uncover the human side of the news.